Hi, this is Terry. I wanted to give everybody an update on what I've been up to. I've been waiting on all my parts to do the fuel delivery and my transmission coolers and stuff like that. I did finally get all my parts yesterday. While I've been waiting on them to come in, my truck's been on jack stands for 5 months. So I also ordered through eBay the cheapest pair of roller dollies and the cheapest pair of jack stands I could find with free shipping, and had them shipped to my house. And I went down to my local steel store and bought some IDOD square tubing, and I made this little contraption here and welded it all up. It was kind of a job to do that. You can see it's got a cross member going across the middle of it. It's completely adjustable for, you know, different size vehicles, so I can use it on other stuff other than this truck. But this is one of them projects I did, and I think it looked a little bit better in my head and on paper than it actually did in real life. I mean, it does what I wanted to do. I was able to move my truck out of the way so I could get Julie's coupe out if I need to now, when I want to. But it just, I don't know, like I said, it does what I wanted it to do, but just, I haven't really warmed up to it yet. But like I said, and then I went ahead and got some straps for it to help hold everything on there. The only thing I had to modify as far as the jack stands go, I had to weld a tab on here to make sure that it caught this beam, the cross member up here, and could never slip off of it, because that was my biggest fear. Was, you know, traditionally these wheel dollies don't work very well, so I didn't want to be shoving around on it and then shove the truck right off the wheel dollies, even though they're welded. Everything's all welded up and everything. But anyway, I've been doing that while I've been waiting on parts. Originally I was going to go with a factory GM cable to get from the throttle body, this area of the throttle, the ports on the throttle body, down to the frame. And I held all that stuff up there and kind of looked at it and determined that my firewall is a lot different than what that assembly was bent up to accommodate. So I did a little research. I ordered some metric to AN6 fittings for the back of the throttle body, and that's among all the parts that's over there on that table. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch gears and stuff. Originally was going to put all of the fuel lines and stuff on the driver's side. I think I'm going to change direction on that and go from the throttle body to the passenger side with steel braided lines, and then at some point down here I'll take my plasma cutter and I'll make a tool, and I'll plasma cut a hole somewhere in through here, this area here, and then I'll come over here on this side and go back a little bit, maybe to here, and plasma cut another little slot, and I'll let those steel braid lines pass through the frame to get them over on this side. And then I'll have this envelope here for the fuel filter and the fuel pump, and then it'll probably go into a steel braided line going on back to the return and to the feed for the fuel tank, is what I think is going to happen. And then I've got these already converted. Where are we at? These already converted to AN. I got to take one of these out. I forgot which one it was. I had it marked, but I got to take one of these out. I'm going to put the temperature sending unit in. I think it's the top one, whichever is. I don't know. I have to look at that. Like I said, I had it wrote down which one was in and out. But anyway, it's going to go back along this area in here, along the inside of the frame rail here, and it's going to go back to the transmission cooler, which is way over right there. Right there. So that's what's going on with that. This is the center section of that. That kind of holds everything together. I wanted it to be solid because I didn't want to have to worry about this truck falling, or any vehicle that's on this assembly to be falling. Like I said, I ordered the cheapest stuff I could find. I'm about $2.50 deep in it, and that's okay. I haven't done really a whole lot in here. I went ahead and made a cover panel to cover up all the lines and AC fittings and all that. And I went ahead and installed the drain tube, which is what this is. And it goes into a steel tube that goes outside along the firewall. And it's just clecoed in right now. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's right here. It's all just clecoed in right now. I've got a lot of real short drills, angle drills and so forth that I could probably get in there and do it with, but it's not that important to do it right now. I can do it when it's easier, i.e. when the cab comes off. But that's where I'm at on this, and it's really nice to be able to move it around and stuff now. Like I said, I think my assembly works for what I want it to do, but I guess it just looked better on paper than it does in real life. I don't know what it is about it that I don't like, but there's something about it I don't like, and I'll probably figure it out later on. I've been fighting the main air conditioner has quit me in my shop, so I'm relying on my two through the walls. That's a 1.5 tons on this wall, and its sister is right over here with another 1.5 tons. And these things get cold, and it's actually combined 3 tons of AC. That's probably big enough for my shop. But I had to order a new thermostat for this, and I don't know really what is wrong with it, but there's actually nothing wrong with the mechanics of the heat pump itself. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I have 58 degrees at that vent there when the air conditioner initiates and starts up. The problem that I have is when it gets to within 2 or 3 degrees of its set temperature, you come over here and it'll say stage 1+2. It's kicking on a second stage. Now on the heat cycle, when it kicks on stage 2, that's an electric heater in the air box. That's a backup electric heater. So they put that in there if the differential for what the temperature is set at and what it's actually is in here is too great. It kicks on that electric heater to kind of help back it up a little bit. So I'm thinking that when that stage 2 on the air conditioning side kicks on, maybe it's energizing an electric heater, because when it goes to stage 2 on there, that vent goes from like 58 degrees to like 78 to 80. So I don't know. I'm gonna gamble on the thermostat. I'm gonna replace that first, and then I'll have to get into the air box, and there's probably a circuit board in there that I'll have to look at. I use these just for backups now. These were originally for the 30 by 30 garage, and then when I added another 20 foot on the back, I went ahead and put a Goodman heat pump in to handle a majority of the heating and air conditioning requirements out here. I think the outside unit is either a 6 ton or a 4 ton. I think it's a 6 ton. But the bad part of the deal is the thermostat that I had to order just like the one that I got here, and it operates 2 heat pumps. Actually, I'll say 2 devices, because I still have that overhead furnace there. I wanted to keep that and still be able to use that, so I had to have one that operated 2 heat pumps. I think heat pump 1 is actually the heat pump, and I think heat pump 2 is that. I don't know, I'm not really a heat and air conditioning guy, but I know that they told me when all this was installed that I needed a thermostat that would control this and that. that works very well. I put that on, switch that over to emergency, and then I can heat the shop off of that. But anyway, I'm gonna try the thermostat deal and try to see if that works. And then if that doesn't work, I'll have to continue and go other places to see if I can't get it fixed. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what I've been doing and waiting on parts, and now I got all that done. I got this to where I can move it, and I'm going to start doing all of this stuff here. Do the fuel delivery and get all my AN lines made and all that stuff. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.